Now we're going to add and subtract some square roots or radicals. So just think way back. If I have something like 3x plus 5x, I can do that. If I have 3x's, a gain of 3x's, a gain of 5x's gives me 8x's, not 8x squared. Just adding a pile of x's together. Well, that's basically what happens with radicals. So if I have 3 square root of x's plus 5 square root of x's, then I just have 8 square root of x's. To add and subtract the radicals, you have to have like terms. Just like up here, 3x, if it had been 3x plus 5y, well then you can't simplify that anymore. Or 3x squared plus 5x, you can't simplify that anymore. So when you have variables, they have to be exactly the same to be able to order them, or to add them or subtract them. Well, that is the same when you're adding radicals. So they can only be added and subtracted if, when each term is simplified, their radicals are the same. So that just means we're going to have to simplify first. So let's look at just some nice ones here. When adding and subtracting the radical expressions, the radicand has to be the same. So, for example, look at these. Hey, these are both square root of 11s. Yahoo! That means I have 6 square root of 11s plus 9 square root of 11s gives me 15 square root of 11s. Not square root of 22s, just 15 square root of 11s. A square root of 3 minus 5 square root of 3s. Well, this is 1 square root of 3. So that means I have a negative 4 square root of 3s. Like those square root of 3s don't cancel out. You're not dividing, you're just subtracting. So you have 1 of them, you take away 5 of them, and now you have negative 4 of them. What about these? So you try. Why don't you try these two real quick? Push pause. Do you agree with me? Hopefully, because if you don't, you didn't do it right. Because I did. If the radical is the same, then just add the front numbers and keep the common radical. Now, oh goodness, I see big eyeballs. Well, what happens here? Are they the same? They're not the same. So therefore, we got to make them the same if possible. If not, we just leave them next to each other. Okay, so let's look. This is 4 square root of 7 plus 2 times the square root of 28. Well, 7 doesn't break down, but 28 can. So I'm going to think, does 7 go into 28? The answer is yes, it does. 7 times 4. Oh, look! Who would have ever thought that we would get a perfect square out of there? Square root of 4, square root of 7. So this gives me 2 square root of 7. However, don't forget that you already have a 2. So you have 2 sets of 2 square root 7. So what ends up happening, this stays the same. 4 square root 7. This right here plus 2 times 2 is 4 root 7. Now they're super nice. I've got 4 root 7s plus another 4 root 7s gives me 8 square root 7. All right, let's look at this one. 32 and 18. Well, 32 doesn't go into 18, but is there something that comes out of both of them? Yeah, 2 comes out of both. So 32 is, what comes out of 32? 16 and 2. Yeah, so that means square root of 16, square root of 2 gives me 4 square root 2. Okay, but 4 square root 2, I actually have 20 square root 2s. How come? See this 5 right here? 5 times the 4 is 20 square root 2s. Minus, does 2 go into that 18? Yes, 18 breaks into 9 and 2. Perfect. Square root of 9 is 3. Square root of 2, square root of 2. Okay, so I've got 3 square root 2s times the 4, or the minus 4. I already have the minus there. So that gives me 12 root 2's. So now I have 20 root 2's minus 12 root 2's gives me 8 root 2's. Isn't that great fun? Great fun. Let's see what happens here. Ooh, let's wait on that one.